What's up, peeps? I hope you guys can hear me. I've been over here trying to figure things out, try to get it to work. If you out there, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't know, man. What do you think, Jim?
I don't know. Why would people still? There's nobody listening now.
Definitely not going to be anyone listening. They're like, no, we don't want to watch this garbage. Yeah, I'm disappointed, but I'm not sure if it's working or not yet. I got to look and see.
We got to go to YouTube and see if there's.
I have to go to YouTube.
There's got to be a better way to do that. A button that just tests the output. There's got to be a better way to do that.
And look, everybody, it's working. We got it to work. Look, everybody, it's working. We got it.
So we're starting the show now.
So we're starting now, guys. I don't know what happened. It just cut out. People come back. Baby, come back.
We got a couple of viewers now. I'm surprised 2 people stuck with us.
All right. So, and if let's give Dan a call, because I don't know if he knows that we're back on, and tell him we're ready to roll. Okay. Probably should have did that before we jumped on, but I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and I had to do it. I guess it was the test that we did on the microphone. Don't you think? You think that's what it was?
I don't know.
All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play a tune, and when we come back, we're going to have Dan Portik with us. We'll be right back, peeps. This is Megan Nicole with the song Elm Street.
When you're alone now, baby, in that silent, empty room, does the anger burn your throat, or does your tears consume you? Did you finally watch your kingdom crumble, built on a shifting grain of sand? Or just the ghost from the past of what you thought you'd won, watching her slip right out of your hand? Aren't you tired of being just a whisper, a shadow left on the wall, that engraved memory, darling, like an Elm Street nightmare? But now we're all watching you fall. You thought I'd fade away, a victim you thought you'd left behind. Now there's a plot twist, your play, but the script has flipped. The curtain's been set on fire when you thought that they were coming down. Today's a brand new day, 'cause I'm the plot twist, baby, to your marital fantasy. The shattered fragments screaming that you'd like to have left behind. Wake up, darling, now the whole world gets to see. Dragging her name through mud, thought you had me bound. Thought that you'd be the one to get away clean, but God's the only judge. I won't stay silent anymore. My truth is shaking your solid ground. You thought you owned the dark before. Now I'm crushing your hand, one finger at a time. You're not gonna be the only one standing in your dreams. This is your new normal nightmare, honey. Wake up, you're on Elm Street. You're on Elm Street. Are those sweet dreams you're having meticulously planned and clean? Don't you want me anymore? Now I'm the villain you made me to be. Oh, this is what you called obscene. Don't say you're tired already, 'cause the truth's still yet to spill. I haven't even touched your hollow core, the purpose you've always hidden behind. Such a cruel, destructive will. You spun our story, watching it decay, and it wilted away. You've killed more flowers than anyone knows. Now you get to reap what you've sown. There's nothing but poison left from your actions. If you want the truth, you thought you could nurse me, sink and drown without a silent, broken sound. But the tide has turned, the truth's unearthed. You're on the run, thinking you'd be nowhere left to be found. 'Cause I'm the plot twist, baby, to your marital fantasy. The shattered fragments screaming that you'd like to have left behind. Wake up, darling, now the whole world gets to see. Dragging her name through mud, thought you had me bound. Thought that you'd be the one to get away clean, but God's the only judge. I won't stay silent anymore. My truth is shaking your solid ground. You thought you owned the dark before. Now I'm crushing your hand, one finger at a time. You're not gonna be the only one standing in your dreams. This is your new normal nightmare, honey. Wake up, you're on Elm Street. You're on Elm Street. You always pushed me down, never wanted me to rise, burying me 6 feet deep beneath your cold calculation. coming for you. You better lock your door. 7, 8, oh honey, you could run now, but it's too late. Cause on the plot twist, baby, to your marital fantasy, the shattered fragments screaming that you'd like to have left behind. Wake up, darling, now the whole world gets to see. Dragging her name through mud, thought you had me bound. Thought that you'd be the one to get away clean, but God's the only judge. I won't stay silent anymore. My truth is shaking your solid ground. You thought you owned the dark before. Now I'm crushing your hand, one finger at a time. You're not gonna be the only one standing in your dreams. This is your new normal nightmare, honey. Wake up, you're on Elm Street. You're on Elm Street. You don't want me anymore, that's what you said from before. But this twisted melody has brought a few friends. You're not safe in the water anymore, on trial, and the truth is coming, baby, echoing in your head. While I'm dancing on the ruins of the life you thought you led. Yeah, you thought you'd won, but the games you wanted to play have just begun. Oh, Mr. Voorhees, there you are. You can come out of the water now. What? Oh, I think you went that way. Don't forget your machete. Cause I'm the plot twist, baby, to your marital fantasy. The shattered fragments screaming that you'd like to left it behind. Wake up, darling, now the whole world gets to see. Dragging her name through mud, thought you had me bound. Thought that you'd be the one to get away clean, but God's the only judge. I won't stay silent anymore. My truth is shaking your solid ground. You thought you owned the dark before. Now I'm crushing your hand, one finger at a time. You're not gonna be the only one standing in your dreams. This is your new normal nightmare, honey. Wake up, you're on Elm Street. You're on Elm Street.
Wow, what a nice. Hi, this is Jeff James.
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
And you're listening to Outlaw Radio. Welcome to the show, Dan Pordick.
Hey,
can you hear us now?
Guys, I can hear you now. Awesome.
I don't know what the issue was.
All good. You got back on, man. That's great.
Yeah, that was 3 tries in a row to get back on the show. I think that was a record for us.
Keep rebooting until it works.
Yeah, I turned everything on and off 3 times. Turned all the on-air buttons on and off.
Yeah.
Did a microphone check through the system, through the computer.
Yeah.
And then ran a system diagnostic, and then one thing I did do is I took the noise cancellation off, and then I turned it back on.
Ah, okay.
I don't know. And then all of a sudden, I could see we have a little microphone, right, on the computer, and it shows like it going up and down. You see it, Jim? It's right there. Right there, you see it? I'm circling it for Jim. And there's a meter on it.
I don't see the meter.
Yeah, the meter is going up and down right now.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so that wasn't moving at all, and that's when I knew that we weren't getting any audio. It just cut out. It just completely cut out. So we are here now. So let's get rolling. Okay.
No damage, really.
No damage, just to our egos.
All good.
Okay, so please welcome to the show, Dan Portick of BBS Film Studios. In my opinion, it's your one-stop shop for everything music, video related, music related, and anything a musician, artist could want. So welcome to the show, and
thanks,
welcome
man.
to have you back.
Good to see you guys. It's been a while.
It's been a while, man.
Same here.
Yeah. Likewise.
So Dan, what can BBS do for the musician and the artist out there? And not only locally, but tell us what you could do nationally and globally.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sure. We've got a full studio. You guys have been there. It's around 10,000 square feet. I'd say the full facility is that. So we can do anything in the recording. Eddie, our editors, sound producers, pretty amazing. Pretty much do anything in the audio world. And then if you need a music video, we've got a full green screen studio, complete sound stage. You could do, I don't know, David Letterman show if you wanted to in the back or whatever, it's all soundproof. And been in the business so long, we got a good feel for doing anything for anybody at any level. And then the marketing aspect of it, we can, handle anything from, just local, or if you want to try to get into a national environment, we can get you packaged to the point where you're going to look the part for any type of video production that you would need in that area.
And guys out there, I can attest. I can attest to this because we used them to do the Loud and Local podcast, which we're going to talk a little bit about later in the show.
Mhm.
But we did the Loud and Local podcast there. So not only do they have like you do your podcast and you do it in this room, or you have multiple rooms that you could do it in, but they do have a podcasting room that's set up. And the cool thing is, then they go back and you guys could do video to it, so we could add to it. We could add sound. You could do whatever you really want: sound effects,
Yeah.
picture, video effects. I mean, and then format it, send it out in MP4, and then guys, you can upload that to your YouTube and stuff. I mean,
Oh, yeah. Plus the AI world now, you can integrate so much into that and how it's changing so rapidly. We have a customer that does trade show exhibits, and he wanted to do like a time lapse thing where, they put the whole thing together, and can you just put a camera up there and make it happen? So, my son Alex, he's the guy that, does all the AI stuff in our world. He's, Dad, just give me a picture. All I need is the picture. So he took a picture and AI took the whole thing apart, rebuilt it with people walking in and out, and built the whole thing up like one of these big exhibits, all in a matter of seconds. Where before you'd have to put a camera up, and catch everybody making everything. It made it, like it was a real thing, but it wasn't a real thing. Freak me out, man. So those are just things that are popping up like instantly now,
yeah, that's the great thing because it does it in seconds. And the other crazy thing is, I love the summarizing of the videos now. I don't know if you guys noticed that out there. At the end of the YouTube videos, you can hit summarize the video, and it'll give you a complete breakdown of the whole show, and it'll also give you the time frames that significant things happened. It's
Right.
fantastic. I use it all the time when I'm looking at like shows I want to watch, so I can just actually see what's in the show itself.
Another interesting thing with ChatGPT, which I didn't even know this since till yesterday, uh, you could drop a YouTube link in there and it'll analyze it and tell you how to make whatever video you have better and get better hits. And it tells you the length, from the length all the way up to whatever it might be. And that's just like something that just popped up last week, that it can do, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I guess for every scary bad thing that people say that AI is out there, there's also guys a bunch of fantastic stuff that it can do for you too.
Oh yeah, it's what you focus on. I mean, you can focus on the bad stuff or you focus on the good stuff.
Well, man, they felt
That's
this
it.
way about Benjamin Franklin when he was coming up with
Right.
great discoveries and scientific things. They thought the same thing about him. They thought he was a whack job.
Yeah, and every disruptor's like that. You know what I mean? I remember this was way back when the fax came out. It's like, wow, a fax! Holy crap! You can send a piece of paper from here to there, right?
Hey, man, I know this is off the beaten path, but it is Christmas almost soon,
Yeah.
and I was thinking about this real quick, and I know that you're gonna agree with me on this. So back in the Roman days, right, when Jesus was on Earth, now
Mhm.
think about this. If we think that people now are stupid in the world and things like that,
Yeah.
think how barbaric it was back in the Roman days, and think how like they didn't even they weren't woke or enlightened. So when Jesus was saying these things like God is within you and stuff like that, they had to think this guy is crazy, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That
It's pretty amazing. Uh, and they probably had woke people back then in a different world. You know what I mean? Like they were like, you saw the movie
yeah,
Caligula, right? So
right. They're
who
probably
knows?
like John over there. He's a little woke. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
All right, that's funny. All right, guys, back on track here. All right, so what options are available to the musician? All right, they come in the door, and I know they like say for instance they want to do a music video.
Yeah.
What can you do for a music video?
Well, I mean, really, we could start with like a single song. I mean, you come in with a concept. Bring your guitar in to start jamming if you want, and lay it out from there. I mean, Eddie is probably one of the best engineers that I've ever worked with or I've known. Eddie Temeko, and um, he knows how to edit very quickly and super high end stuff. Plus, he's worked with some of the biggest artists in the world, really. And we're kind of lucky to have him in our facility working with us. I keep telling him, I said, the best kept secret with you is to your secret. You have to be out there. You have to get out in front of more people. So that's one thing that I think is really valuable is to introduce him to you guys or to whoever's coming in and have them talk through what you want to do. And many artists that come in will start with one song and they'll do one video and then start it that way and see what they can get. Because a lot of people don't know what they can get until they actually see the first one. And then from there we can talk about doing a mini, 4 or 5 song album type situation. But then you want to talk about the marketing aspect too. Where do you want it to go? What do you want it to do? What's your budget? All those things are important. And then there's people that that we both know, that really can go much higher to a different level. But the whole thing I think behind it with anything really is to have it packaged properly, so people look at it and go, "Wow, that's really cool. That's what I want."
I know a guy that came in and used your studio with Eddie after hours,
Mhm.
and they set up in the green room,
Yeah.
and he just basically played his guitar and sang his tunes,
Hmm.
and Eddie created backgrounds for everything. So one background he was playing at like a stadium, and he had an audience behind him, and another background they had him in a field somewhere with trees. It was super cool and looked super realistic, guys.
Yeah.
So cool. Um, yeah, I've seen a lot of your videos, and of course, you did all our stuff, so I know what you're capable of.
The
You know?
Halloween show, I think, is a good example to give you guys. Last year's Halloween show that you did.
Yeah,
The
tell us
green
what you
screen.
did with Godzilla. The idea. Tell us how we came up with the idea and how you guys made that happen because that was super
Yeah, and
awesome.
that was a year. It was over a year ago, and so AI was just coming out, and we were kind of scratching our heads trying to figure out the best way. Now you can do it with a snap of a finger, but then it was more okay. We got to get a stock image of Godzilla. Now we have to put it in the background behind the green screen, and you know, key it out and make it work. And we pulled it off, but it was one of those things that I always say, yeah, we can do it. And then I bring it to the production guys and they're like, we can't do it. It's like, wait a minute, let's work it out. Let's make it happen. And it was cool. We got it done.
Yeah, so what it was me and Jim were on the couch. In the beginning of the Halloween show, you hear Godzilla's growl in the background, that sound, right? And
Yeah.
then me and Jim turn, we're like, "What's that?" Right? And then I yell out, "It's Godzilla!" And then you hear like his growl again, and then you could see the screen shaking from every step he makes, and then you see Godzilla just walk right across the screen. It was like he was there in the studio. It was really crazy.
And post production is kind of like a living thing too. We came up with ideas afterwards. Hey, what if we did this? What if we did that? We could do some cool things here. And now with AI, it's like if you weren't pointing backwards, we would just make you point backwards later. you know,
Yeah.
uh, and that's crazy that you can do that now.
You remember when Alex came in when we were editing the zombie episode, and I took my head off while I was still
Yes,
talking, and then
yeah,
put it down, and it spun around. That
yeah.
was crazy too.
Oh yeah, there's so many crazy things that you can do now that every day it changes, and it's just remarkable. And that's the music world too. There's a lot of things out there like Suno and that make the songs, but I think they sound good, but they're very cookie cutter from what I can tell, and you got to do a ton of renders to get something that's pretty good, at least from what I'm seeing. And now they're going through all kind of copyright issues that come into play. I would think if you're stuck on a sound or something, I wouldn't rule out taking some AI in there and saying, hey, what do you think you'd make this sound better? And then still performing it yourself, but using it to get some ideas maybe could be something interesting. As a musician myself, I kind of played with that Suno for about 2 weeks. I don't know if anybody doesn't know what it is. It's basically an AI program that you can type in whatever you want, and it'll make a song in seconds.
Yeah.
Not always good, mostly not good, but some of them are good. But I thought that was pretty interesting how it could do that. But I could see doing something where you learn a couple of, you take some of the pieces, parts to it, and add to it, and then use your own voice or whatever it might be, and lyrics. So a lot of things you can do to make
Well,
it.
I have to bring this up. We did a show, and there's a band out there called Avoid Dead. You may have seen their comment. They want to do a music video, and they're all about like zombies. So I want to bring this up. We did a show for Loud and Local, me and Jim, and we did like the pre-promo one, and it was where we were talking about zombies. And Jim goes, I said to Jim, I go, you could walk around the studio, pretend you're a zombie. And he goes, well, I'd love to, but I don't know if I could really do it. And then Alex turned Jim into a zombie while he was sitting right there. And Jim didn't even realize it. And then his face just turned into a zombie. So, yeah, they could do all kinds of stuff. AI is amazing. And it looks so realistic. It looks better than real.
Yeah, and there's a couple things on the production end that
Believe it.
you have to know how to talk to it now, because it's kind of like a child. It will do exactly what you tell it to do, and if you're very precise. But if if you're not, it's going to just start coming up with things that it thinks is right, and most of the times it isn't. Like we have a package that's right now. We just got a new package that. It can do the renders, but it probably takes 15, 20 renders before it comes out correct in maybe like a 15-second or 20-second video. So if you don't know how to talk to it, but there's a certain code in the way you say things that makes it a little easier each time you do it. Plus the software it's more effective every month. Every month there's something different. It's easier to use, and so it's just all I can say is kind of stick it out, and pretty soon it's going to be hit a button, and it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I see technology just taking off, man. All right, so how can a band or a musician get started with you at BVS Film Studios?
Yeah, you can just book a time to come in. You can use info@bvsfilmproductions.com, and you book a time. We'll have you come in, talk to Eddie, and talk about what you want to do, maybe what your budget is, and what kind of a time frame you're looking to do things in, and then we work it backwards from there.
All right, very cool. Well, guys out there, you know me, Outlaw Radio Nation. If you call them up, make sure you mention us, that we sent you. And as you guys know, they're a sponsor of Outlaw Radio Nation. Jim, do you have a question you'd like to ask?
Oh, I think it was very interesting. I think I'm good.
All right, very cool. Well, I want to thank you so much, Dan. We're going to try to make this a killer show, and we'll be calling you soon. Guys, check out BVS Film Studios in North Olmsted. They're on Lorraine Road. It's my hometown, and they do a fantastic job. And I'm going to put up some of the Loud and Local stuff that we did after the show. I'll share it on Facebook so everybody can see it. I'll put the Halloween one, and I'll put up the one with Zombie Jim.
Awesome, brother. All right, man. You guys, thanks for having me on.
All right, man. Thank you so much for being patient and sticking it with us. And what we're going to do is we're going to start the show over. We're going to play 3 songs in a row. And this is Outlaw Radio Nation. You have a good night, Dan. Take it easy.
Thanks, see you, Dan.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Nobody hears our cry. 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 Nobody hears our cry.
All right, we're live.
I think I know this one by now.
Ruinious Rain.
You know what? Okay, this. Oh,
Ruinious Rain from United Kingdom.
I have that song memorized now. I've heard it 3 times in a row.
How many times have you heard it now?
They got an extra bonus, you guys.
Oh man, that's too funny. Yeah, so we had to restart the show 3 times. You guys won't know that later because I deleted the first 2 already before we came in on the 3rd one. But yeah, we had some technical difficulties. I know we lost a few of you guys out there. I hope you guys can come back and watch the show because we do have a really good one for you tonight. And we're super excited because everything's freaking working now. Okay?
We had such a good rap going on the first episode that we deleted. And we just could never duplicate that. So why even?
There was so much good
We were
stuff.
kicking ass.
So much good stuff. So we did play the 3 songs in a row. when you go back and watch this show again, you'll still hear those 3 bands. So those songs are not gone. Shadows Calling from Ireland, The Lost, True Double from Detroit was the second song, and then Runeous Rain from United Kingdom. So welcome to Outlaw Radio Nation, back again, 3 times the charm. We had Dan Portick. He started off the show from BVS Film Studios. Guys out there, I can't say enough. You could have so much done, and it's not as expensive as you think it is.
And Eddie is really fast too. He does not horse around in the
fast Eddie.
He likes to get things done. He moves things on. He's very conscious, time conscious. And he's not trying
fast
to just
Eddie's
soak
a
every
secondhand hood, deals out of Hollywood. Little Motley Crue for you. Fast Eddie.
Okay. Oh, I don't know.
Fast Eddie. Yeah, Eddie does.
You have been banned, you loser. Now crawl back into your hole.
Now who are we banning? I don't know.
Nobody. I bump it every time I hit the.
We did diagnose the problem, and on our board here, our podcast board, there's one little button. If you touch that little button, it turns off the output of the sound going into the computer, and we just figured that out finally. So you have to be so careful.
Hey, the thing is this: we never use that button.
No,
okay?
And I was going to ask you too. And
bumping that would, yeah, that's how it goes, kiddies. All right, so Jim is bringing the mentally ill in America. We've already had a little bit of that on the show so far, but what do you have for us tonight, Jim? For the second time.
Isn't it the third time? No, it's probably the second time. Well, basically,
second time through.
I have 5 more interesting facts about psychopaths, and we're kind of keying in on the difference between men and women. And I guess women, they're a little bit, they like to charm and they like to keep it quiet. They want to be sneakier about it. So I guess they have the advantage there. And plus they're good looking too. So they got it made to be a psychopath, and get away with it maybe.
Plus most women get pretty much whatever they want anyway. They've been programmed mentally to accept the goodwill of men. So, yeah. And there's a lot of dumb guys out there. So stupid, man, that they get taken by a pretty face. Cold heart.
One word and they jump up and do whatever is instructed of them, right?
Oh, yeah, we talked about that before the show. These simps out there. These guys, honey, my coffee's cold. Man, I don't even want to say who it was, but I know somebody personally that would jump up and run and get the waitress or get the coffee themselves to pour it.
Go behind the counter even kind of thing.
Yeah, go behind the counter so she wouldn't have to wait. Like, you are so pussified. You are that pussified that you would do that. I don't know. I have no respect for men like that. Like, they also call them betas.
Betas.
Not saying I'm an alpha. I'm more of a sigma male. I could care less either way. I'm like the lone wolf. Kind of like Jim.
The lone wolf, yeah.
The lone wolf. Okay. All right, so Jim has the mentally ill in America, and that should be pretty cool. I'm going to do Stargates, and I'm actually going to get to that really quick here. We have music by James Ward, Paul Austin Band, Ella Baphomet, Allison Galloway, Culprit K9, The Black Roses, a special drop by Mr. Moonlight, and you already heard Megan Nicole with the song Elm Street. Megan, we freaking love your music.
Unbelievable, Megan.
Unbelievable.
My gosh. We have such good music. It's so much better than when we started. We're just getting more bands. And how much backlog do you have, Jeff, for songs that we're getting from around the world?
We're getting so many songs. We're good until probably February. We have that many. I'm trying to play stuff that people ask me to play, and then we get other people that are like, hey, can you play Over Medicaid? Can you play this? So I try to get new stuff on, European bands on special drops. I'm always trying to rotate them and still play some of the old stuff we played too.
It's not easy to do, to remember all that stuff.
Because now we're into the thousands and thousands of songs. I mean, we're probably like 3,000-4,000 songs so far.
Oh, that's a lot. Wow.
Yeah.
And and we have like 4 bands from Europe, 4 or 5 that tuned in today, and What a shame, because one guy just tuned out. It was like 2:45
Yeah.
a.m. He says, "Sorry, you guys, I gotta." Well, thank you for staying with us. You guys are awesome. We
Yeah.
get more
He
people
came in
from
on
Europe.
the third one. Yeah. In Berlin, he did that.
Berlin.
Hey, Megan Nicole out there said she'll do that. She's going to start a new pot of coffee.
And I wanted to say hi to Janine Spring, too. She made an appearance here. Hi, Janine.
Is here. Matt Guka is here. Of course, Megan is here. Avoid Dead is here. Susan Lilly is here. Lestat 99 is here. Billy Stokes, Sully, and the list goes on and on and on. And thank you guys so much for staying with us and tuning in. We're still going to give you a show. Okay? All right. So, you ready to do it again, Jim? You want to try it one more time? And
yes.
Ready to go, peeps? Okay, here we go.
Tactical nuke! Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
I had to do all those for you.
I needed every one.
I said this before, and I'll say it again. We went to Over Medicated. We saw it at Whiskeyville. It was a fantastic evening. They got 5 gigs out of it. The owner was super cool. His name was Billy. Whiskeyville is in South Amherst. We have a show there on New Year's Eve night. Jim Bellinger will be playing with Matt J. Chase and the band Over Medicated. I assume we'll be doing Knocking on Heaven's Door again, Jim.
Oh, my gosh. I think that was so good.
I thought that brought the house down. I think that their version of the way Dude sings that song was really, really good, man. It was really good.
It was a standout evening. I mean, every other jam band that played, like maybe there were 5 or 6 of them. All of them were good. It was just one of those nights, like once a year this happens to me, where you go somewhere and it's like, wait, is this for real?
Hey, Megan Nicole said, I have over 200 plus tracks released. Elm Street will be released next week. I also want to point this out that she gave us the song Elm Street
to
release
like
early.
I like that.
She hasn't even released it to her public yet.
Good job.
Thank you so much, Megan.
I wrote down very good.
Yeah. We had a blast at Over Medicated. Thanks, Matt Chase. Thank you, the band Over Medicated. And so many good gigs they got out of that deal. January 10th, they're playing Sacred Vortex on, is that Lorraine?
Lorraine, about 44th and Lorraine.
Is it 4126 Lorraine Avenue?
Maybe something like
that. In Cleveland, Ohio. It's about like Ohio City. It's a really nice neighborhood. It's a non-alcoholic bar. Although their drinks do make you feel funky, man. That's January 10th. That's Dwayne Albert and the Devil's Rodeo, Matt J. Chase, and Over Medicated.
That's going to be a good show.
We're going to go to that show. I don't know what time it starts. I know it's free to get in. And I do know that they have like a tip bucket. So bring an extra couple bucks and make sure you throw it in for the bands.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they deserve it.
It's a good idea to tip the bands on New Year's Eve. Come on, yeah.
New Year's Eve and January 10th. Let's make that a thing to start tipping the bands, okay? Because the venues don't pay them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The new system bites.
Last night we were at MGM with Donnie Iris and the Cruisers.
Oh, my.
Thank you, Joe Vitale and Joe Vitale Jr. for getting us backstage passes. I want to say this one thing. The highlight of being back there, standing there with Joe Vitale Jr. and his old man, Joe Vitale, who played in some of the biggest bands in the
Eagles.
70s that I love. Members of the James Gang came walking into the dressing room.
Dale Peters, I shook his hand and said hi and talked a bit. That was really cool. He's pretty tall.
Man, I looked at Jim and I go, Jim, look.
And I was talking to this other guy, and he ended up being the road manager or stage manager for Billy Iris.
Yeah, and then the original drummer of Billy Iris was there last night. The 3 drummers doing Love is Like a Rock, freaking epic. Matt Guka was there last night, by the way.
Oh, yes, he was.
We took him backstage with us because he is part of Outlaw Radio Nation. All right.
Yeah, when the 3 of them played the drums, in the version that he did like a 2-minute intro of Love is Like a Rock, singing it with in a low key, and it was just totally different. Remember that?
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden it
was
starts up in
freaking
the right
awesome.
key, and by the end of the day, he's like going, I'm not gonna even
Aliyah,
try to do it. Yeah.
the intro to Aliyah was awesome. Also, the sound system there was great. That was Jim's first time to the casino, and he was blown away by it.
Yeah, I just can't believe how big that whole place is. It was so cool.
I think if me and you can get just a little more successful with the show, maybe we can make it a night out of Northfield this summer.
I'd like to.
Maybe just gamble. My idea of gambling is a little different, but gamble a little bit, have a little bit of dinner, maybe even go see a show. I think that would be fun.
Boy,
I'm going to have to treat you this summer.
If anybody hasn't gone out there yet, MGM and the racetrack, is it the racetrack there? Yeah.
What we should do is bring dates. We should have a couple fine squirrels next to us.
Yeah, we were talking about that before. Yeah.
The squirrels. Yeah, that's a shout out to you. All right, man. What we're going to do is we're going to play a song. And when we come back, I'm going to do Stargates. All right? Does that sound cool?
Yes.
All right, guys. This is my band, the Black Roses. This song is called Reflecting by the Lake. This is a little bit different. So check it out, man. We'll be right back.
You believe this is the only universe?
The only thing you need to know to understand the deepest metaphysical secrets is this.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. At 12:07 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, numerous unidentified objects of unknown intent and unknown origin were detected over multiple locations of Earth's outer space by the National Radio Astronomy Observatory in San Augustine, New Mexico. Beginning at 2:43 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, sightings of multiple unidentified flying aircraft have been reported in the skies across the United States.
feel good at the approach of death.
Lost. What's up, Outlaw Radio Nation? Black Roses, reflecting by the lake.
Yeah, you were Black Roses, weren't you?
Yeah,
That's your stuff. It's a good deal.
that was on an EP. I put that out first, and then a couple years later, I worked on the whole album, the tracks that you're used to hearing, the punk rock stuff. But that was like, I tried like this whole experimental thing. I got like 4 or 5 tracks I want to play from it.
Well, Connor Oberst, he did that on a lot of his albums back in the day. I don't know if he still is, with the sound effects before the music comes in, and it's totally cool.
Yeah, that's you turned me on to his music. I never heard him before, and after I listened to him, I was like, man, that sounds like some of the early stuff I did. And that's kind of like some of the stuff I'm going to do on your song, To Be Reborn. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be much better. I've improved a lot since then.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's going to be a little cooler, and it'll still be super trippy, though. All right? Are you guys ready for paranormal stargates and stargazers? Stargazers?
All right.
All right. So, space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise, its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has ever gone before, ladies. Deep space. All right. SG-1, also known as Sierra Golf 1 or Stargate 1, is the design flagship team of Stargate.
My favorite show.
Yes.
Samantha.
Also, the main team associated with the SGC, with their Atlantis counterparts being the Atlantis Reconnaissance 1. For the first 7 years, SG-1 was led by Colonel Jack O'Neill. In 1928, at Giza, Egypt, archaeologist Professor Paul Langford, accompanied by his daughter Catherine, unearths cover stones engraved with Egyptian symbols and other markings. Beneath, he discovers a large metallic ring of unknown purpose. In 1994, the now elderly Catherine invites Egyptologist and linguist Daniel Jackson, PhD, to translate the symbols. The stones located underground at the military installation in Colorado are now part of a classified U.S. Air Force project overseen by Special Operations Colonel Jack O'Neill. Jackson determines that the symbols refer to a Stargate, which uses the star constellations as spatial coordinates. He is then shown the Stargate, the ring device from Giza. They use his coordinates to align the Stargate's rotating inner track with V-shaped markings, or what they also call chevrons, along its outside. And then when 7 chevrons are locked in, a wormhole opens, connecting the Stargate with a distant planet. Jackson joins O'Neill and his team, Riley, Porro, Freeman, Brown, Ferretti, and Kowalski, as they pass through the wormhole. Okay? Stargates are fictional, ring-shaped devices that create stable wormholes for near instantaneous travel between 2 distant points in space, often used in science fiction franchises like Stargate, which I just told you about, the movie. Okay? Also a great TV series, too. They are based on the concept of Einstein-Rosen's bridge, and in the Stargate universe, they were created by ancient race known as the Ancients. Stargate uses a complex network of addresses to connect 2 gates, allowing objects and people to travel across the galaxy in seconds. A typical Stargate is a massive circular ring made of alien material named Nadaqua, with 39 symbols around the inner track representing constellations. The Stargate project is a large-scale public-private initiative focused on developing the physical and the digital infrastructure needed to power the next generation artificial intelligence, which is AI. That is real, okay? This whole infrastructure needed to power things for the future is all going to be AI. And it's going to be just like a Stargate. The Alpha Gate is actually Earth's second Stargate. Earth's original Stargate, known as the Beta Gate, was placed in what is now called Antarctica by the ancients millions of years ago during the original habitation of Earth. The Alpha Gate is therefore far newer to the planet than the Beta Gate. Stargate Project was a secret U.S. Army unit established in 1977 at Fort Meade, Maryland, by the Defense Intelligence Agency, which is the DIA, and then also at Stanford Research Institute, a California contractor, to investigate the potential for psychic phenomenon in military and domestic intelligence applications. Let me read that one more time. The DIA and Stanford Research Institute, which is a California contractor, they investigated the potential for psychic phenomenon in the military and domestic intelligence applications. What do you think of that, Jim?
It's a mouthful right there. Yeah.
Pretty cool, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that was my whole dive into Stargate. Did you like that? Did you like the history lesson on the movie?
Yeah, I could use that. What did Matt say? I guess.
Oh, my bad. Matt said chevrons are hieroglyphics, right? Yes, they are. They're Egyptian symbols. Same damn thing. Without the real good, big, juicy word. That's a tough word to say when you're on the show, Matt. I'm going to bring you on and make you say that 3 or 4 times, bro.
Did you say Naquita when you were talking about?
Is it Nadaqua?
Naquita.
Are you sure it's Nadaqua?
Naquita.
No, say it one more time.
I think.
Are you sure it's not Nadaqua?
I've heard it a million times.
Oh, Nadaqua. Jim is correcting me on the right pronunciation of Stargate linguistics. Good job.
But then again, there was somebody else on the show that pronounced it different too, though. Naquadria, maybe, or something. I forget what that was.
Yeah, maybe. All right, Jim, we're going to play 2 songs. When we come back, we're going to do a few questions that people out there have about the show. Then we're going to play some more tunes, and then we're going to get to Mr. Moonlight's Mentally Ill in America. All right? All right, guys, you ready for some tunes? You know, somebody's boiling a pot of coffee out there to keep you up. All right, we're going to do 2 in a row. This is going to be James War from the United Kingdom with a brand new song, How Do I Tell Her, followed by Culprit K9 with the song called Bump in the Road. These are 2 brand new songs coming to us. You guys are going to love both these. We're Outlaw Radio Nation. We'll be right back, you filthy animals.
Supposed to feel? Will someone show me something real? In the end, it's all the same. It's just another day. Yes, I know we did. Yes, I know we did. And now I'm here again, and I'm just your friend. I'm just your friend. And in the end, it's all the same. It's just another day. Just another supposed to feel? Am I supposed to feel? Will someone show me something real? Something. In the end, it's all the same. It's just another day. How do I tell them? How do I tell them this? In the end, it's all the same. It's just another day. How do I tell them? How do I tell them this? In the end, it's all the same. It's just another day. How do I tell them? How do I tell them this? How do I tell them? How do I tell them this? Barrel down every back road, hitting every pothole, and then you wonder why it pulls to the right. That old truck never looks so rough, but it starts right up, so you act like you don't notice the lights on the dash. When they start flashing, you turn a blind eye, cause you know you can't handle the truth. You're in denial, rack up the miles, cause you know it's gonna take the abuse. Now we going through the same damn thing, yeah, I'm running on fumes, but you never bother filling me up. You just ignore it, cause I guess it's not important, so I keep on driving till I've had enough. Took you all around and now I'm breaking down, and you don't wanna put the work in fixing me up. I learned the hard way, you took me the long way. Whoa, you can treat me like that old box Chevy, never change your oil, and that windshield's dusty as hell. Waste of time cause it runs just fine, 300,000 miles, now you're used to the smell. Well, you can scratch my paint and empty my tank, oh, but baby, I just want you to know, yeah, you wore these Michelins down to the wire. I got 4 new tires, girl, you're one less bump in the road. Lead foot, heavy on the pedal, got places to go and you ain't got no time to waste. Gear slipping in that old transmission, but it ain't worth fixing, just as long as you can get to the places that you're going. There ain't no slowing you down, but girl, you took me around and now I'm seeing the truth. It don't shine like it used to, don't drive like it used to, so you take it in and trade it in for something that's new. And now all the miles ain't nothing but a memory in your rear view. I bet that new car smell got you higher than hell. You can treat me like that old box Chevy, never change your oil, and that windshield's dusty as hell. Waste of time cause it runs just fine, 300,000 miles, now you're used to the smell. Well, you can scratch my paint and empty my tank, oh, but baby, I just want you to know, yeah, you wore these Michelins down to the wire. I got 4 new tires, girl, you're one less bump in the road. You can treat me like that old box Chevy, never change your oil, and that windshield's dusty as hell. Waste of time cause it runs just fine, 300,000 miles, now you're used to the smell. Well, you can scratch my paint and empty my tank, oh, but baby, I just want you to know, yeah, you wore these Michelins down to the wire. I got 4 new tires, girl, you're one less bump in the road.
All out Radio Nation. Culprit K9 with Bump in the Road, baby. Yeah, before that, we had James War with How Do I Tell Her?
You had a really dusty dashboard there.
Yeah, dusty dashboard with Culper K9, and James War was doing this like Beatles-esque meets Pink Floyd vibe. Very good job, guys.
Yeah.
Good job. I give you a round of applause, but I took it off for this.
Ho, ho, ho!
Merry Christmas.
That's going to have to do.
That's going to have to do for the holidays, okay? All right, so we get a lot of questions sent to Outlaw Radio Nation through our message because we have this little thing on there called the button, the elusive button. And that button directs messages to us, and we get a lot of questions. So I'm going to address these questions today. Okay?
Okay.
Question number 1. Where do we broadcast from? We're on the west side of Cleveland. We are West Siders. We love the west side. Not saying that the east side isn't great. It's great in all different types of ways. We broadcast live from Vespert Studios on the west side of Cleveland.
In Fairview Park.
Well, I wasn't going to give them that.
That's okay.
All right. Fairview Park. You know, heathens. All right. Number 2, why don't we play more Cleveland bands? That should be
That's easy.
If you watch the show, you would know why we don't. Okay? We do have some Cleveland bands. We do get some submissions from Cleveland. But to be completely honest with you, peeps, we get a ton of music from Europe. And they show us a lot of love.
There were like 6 bands listening to us from Europe tonight.
Yeah.
Tuned in. And it's 2:00 there, a.m.
Yeah.
So that's dedication. They want to hear their songs on the radio. They are great out there.
So we do play Cleveland music. And we will continue to play Cleveland music. You've heard Cleveland music on tonight's show. So watch the show, see what we're about, okay? All right, number 3. Why don't we do on-location live shows? Jim, would you like to answer this one?
Well,
tried.
We got a little example today of what can happen even when we're in the studio and we have everything figured out and we've had no technical problems for months and months. And the next thing you know, you bump a button or something goes wrong. We have bad Wi-Fi when we go out to places, and you just can't count on the Wi-Fi being good. Everybody jumps in. It's just it's a horror show.
Yeah, exactly right. We did Boutique. We had a horrible time. And I'm going to say it now because, I really don't care. That guy has his head up his ass. He has no idea what he's doing when it comes to podcasting. It's completely different than a PA system and running audio. We're not DJs where we're not going to set up and play just music the whole time and be like, we're Outlaw Radio. And then just a bunch of music because we're a show, man. All right? Besides that, Jim's 100% right because you can't rely on Wi-Fi. Like, for instance, Sacred Vortex. I remember talking to that Dave Kovach about doing a show live there. But see, this is the deal, guys. If you're using their Wi-Fi, because you have to use Wi-Fi, right? And then if you're using their Wi-Fi and you don't get a full broadband because everybody in the whole place is using their Wi-Fi, you're not going to have a strong signal and the show is going to be glitchy and it's going to be shitty. That's what happens.
But can't you could deny Wi-Fi users, can't you? You could just kind of delete them or something.
Yeah, but why would you when you offer free Wi-Fi to the public?
Well, they have to. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's okay. So there's no other way to do it then.
And then let me also say this: I've done on live stuff when I was with Loud and Local with Redline Radio, and it was always sucked. We always had songs dropping out. Plus, they didn't know what the hell they were doing, but we always had songs dropping out. We always had glitchy stuff. And because you're based on the city you're in for their Wi-Fi. For instance, Fairview Park, North Olmsted, the west side gets really great broadband. Okay? It's just how it is because we're not on the east side where it's kind of like you're roaming a lot of that stuff, right? Because there's not as many towers out there as there is in a tight-knit area, okay? So you get a lot of broadband. We just happen to be lucky that we get great broadband here. When I'm at home in Cleveland, I don't get such great broadband. I complain to you all the time that I'm trying to set up the show at home. It takes me 3 hours, but normally it would take me an hour. So that's the situation.
Obviously, you're using the Wi-Fi from where you're staying, and
Yeah.
it's just overused.
Yeah, that's what it is. And like, if there's a lot of people home, I won't even go on because I know that everybody's using up the Wi-Fi.
Can't you get more powerful Wi-Fi where it'll handle more stuff? But I'm sure
Yeah,
it costs
I'd
more.
have to get my own personal Wi-Fi, which is not out of the options right now. But I can also go to the library, or I can go to a coffee shop and sit there and do this too. But then you're dependent on Wi-Fi. So, all right. So, other question was, do we interview bands? Jim, would you like to take this one?
Apparently, someone hasn't been watching the show.
Hey, maybe it was the guy that we chased down at MGM last night.
Oh yeah, yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So here's a fun story for you. Solly, I don't know if you're out there watching the show, but Solly, we saw the guy that called us a Nazi, and Jim saw him, and then I looked at Jim. I go, yeah, that's the dude that goes to backstage bar.
We chased after him, and
so we chased after him through the casino. We were a good, like,
best buddies and stuff.
Yeah, we were way far behind him, and we picked up the pace, and we started like walking fast, right? And I know people are probably watching this. I'm like, come on, Jim, we got to catch him.
He was very nice to us, wasn't he?
I grabbed his arm. Not only, it wasn't like, hey, how you doing? I grabbed his arm, so he turned around. I'm like, hey, buddy.
It's not like, oh, you're here.
Yeah, it wasn't like we bumped into him. I actually grabbed his arm. I was like, hey, man, what's up? Jim was like, oh, Jesus.
I can't imagine him watching the show.
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't watch it, but somebody that might know him might tell him to watch the show. Like Solly might mention it, be like, hey, they talked about you.
You know, I like the guy. I didn't know him that well, but
he was super nice to us.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah. Hey, man, we can get along. We just on two different aisles, but we could still find common ground. And we did last night watching Donnie Iris and the Cruisers.
So
that's our common ground, right? We don't have to talk about politics, right?
We all can get along, right?
Get along, people. And here's the other thing, man. This will make you laugh, right? Is that, you know, he liked us. Like, we had a conversation, and everything was pretty cool. It didn't have to be about politics, right? But he doesn't really know us because he never met us before. Not really in person. He might know of Jim, but he's never met me. So people just assume
that we're Nazis.
They're Nazis because they have never even really watched the show. So, yes, we do interview bands. You guys need to watch the show so you know what we do. Okay?
One right off the bat is Steve, right? What?
Who?
On Damage? No, Eddie.
Oh, Steve Messer?
Yeah.
Fast Eddie's studio?
Yeah. He's one, and he.
Oh, Solly's here. Big Tall Ron? I told him you guys are not Nazis, and I'm not a Nazi. We are Americans with a different viewpoint. That's right, Solly. And by the way, yeah, we chased him down last night. I grabbed his arm and turned him around and said, Jeff James, Outlaw Radio Nation, baby. Nice to see you. I see you backstage all the time. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking you called me a Nazi. Right? And then here's the funny thing. Jim goes, as he walks away, Jim goes, do you think he knows that we know? And I said, he may not know it now, but eventually it's going to dawn on him.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
That he's going to be like, do you think they know? And that'll make it even funnier because then he'll know.
Did you say Sully was here again?
Yeah, Sully.
Oh, you're sticking with us. Cool, man. I'll call you after the show.
Sully's a rock star. Show should have been over 2 hours ago. Okay, here's another one for you. Will Loud and Local ever come back? Maybe. Loud Local's my baby. I started Loud and Local in the end of 2022, the beginning of 2023.
Isn't that COVID time and stuff?
Yeah. I started it was towards the tail end of that. I started with Redline Radio, and I built Loud and Local up. Yeah, I love Loud and Local. It's more of a podcast type thing where it's more like interviews, but we did a ton of really cool AI stuff, which I'm going to put up this week just for Dan. Okay, so you guys out there, if you're thinking of music videos or podcasting, you get a look at my stuff and see what's possible. All right. And like I said, it's really affordable. But yeah, will we ever come back? I don't know. I'm having a really great time doing Outlaw Radio Nation.
Meanwhile, just watch our show.
Yeah, just watch this. All right, so last one. Will Outlaw Radio Nation be attending the Cleveland Music Awards? Jim, would you like to take this one?
Well, we've tried to make contact with them for over a year now, many times, and maybe they think we're Nazis too. I don't know. But there's just nothing happening there. And
I would assume so.
Why should we go? Why are we going to
man.
go? If it's anything like the show last year, I'll just leave it at that.
Well,
there were more people in the hallway in front of the entrance to the big room, and when we got there and we thought, oh man, there's a lot of people here. There were almost as many people in the hallway because it was so loud. People could not put up with it.
Yeah, it was so loud in there that everybody bailed to go out there. Nobody could stand it. And then, I don't know, man. I just don't know. Here's the other thing, guys. It's not so much that it's the Cleveland Music Awards. I might be inclined to go if, say, Over Medicated or Matt Chase or one of our buddies got nominated. I'd be more inclined to want to go.
Oh, absolutely, yes. If somebody we know,
got nominated,
like World's End. If World's End, they didn't win last year. I just can't believe that. So if they're nominated, maybe I'll go just for that to support them. They're the nicest guys too.
They always get nominated, and they never win because it's a popularity contest. And by the way, out there, peeps, Jason Hilliard is the singer of World's End. Dave from World's End, the drummer, wrote me either yesterday or today, and he told me that Jason Hilliard is the guy. That's the guy I was telling everybody to vote for best vocalist. He's the best male vocalist in Cleveland. They have this thing at the Cleveland Music Awards. I don't know if it's a DEI thing or what, but everybody's included type situation where they combined male and female vocals as best vocalist, which I think is a crime because
what's that all?
Females should have their own category and males should have their own category because you can't compare a male's voice to a female's voice. There's no comparison, right?
If there were two categories, wouldn't that be funny if if there were transgenders wanting to
you better be careful, Jim.
Go the other side.
Tread lightly, Jim. Cleveland Music Awards is gonna be.
They'll be suing us.
No, they can't sue us.
Nah, I know.
We're talking about experience and what happened at their show. But no, I don't know. Here's the other thing about the Cleveland Music Awards. It's going to be freezing. February, they're doing it. That's when the snow turns black. It's cold outside. It's when all hope is lost because you have another 3 or 4 months before it starts to warm up, right?
When did we go last year?
August.
Yeah.
It was beautiful weather.
Yeah, that's right.
Fantastic weather. The roads were nice and clear on it. Man, I think this is a really bad idea.
They have a better
poorly executed.
They have a better venue this year, I think. A little bit better. Definitely going
the Agora.
The Agora versus the Masonic.
I still don't even think that. I know this is going to be unpopular, but I still think that's a much too big venue. I think that
it is. It is. The Agora, I think, might be.
Yeah, might as well do it MGM, same size. MGM is cool. 1,800 seats. And you had casino, and that would be super cool. Hey, man, am I the only one thinking out there for that?
Free parking. Well, free parking at. He had free parking at the Agora too, but
yeah, they probably can't afford it. But whatever, man. 107.3 FM sponsors you. I'm sure they got some bucks, right? They got some bucks. They can help you out. All right, whatever. All right, we got a special drop. When we come back, we're going to do some mentally ill in America. This is Jim Bellinger with Higher Ground. We'll be right back, you kiddies.
Now that we have your attention,
the stars aren't falling from the sky. yet. A gun is loaded, and then it's not, and then it is again. If there's a rumble and the waves take a tumble, it's best to head for higher ground. Higher ground. Better head for higher ground. Better head for. If there's a flash in the sky, we better hope it's a new sun. 'Cause there'll be no time. There'll be no time. No time to run. Better head for higher ground. Better head for higher ground. Better head for. Better head for higher ground. Better head for higher ground. Better head for. Don't go out tonight. It's best to take your jacket. You know the change in the weather thing. There's the shooting thing too. So bring your helmet and a handful of bullets. Higher ground. Better head for higher ground. Better head for. Better head for higher ground. Better head for higher ground. Better head for. A child is born and another child is born, so there's still happiness to share.
In the distance you can hardly see that I'm standing and waiting for thee. Half was stuck and round, making it through was more than done. The burden on your back, I will take it from your neck.
Outlaw Radio. You just heard Ella Baphomet. She's from Austria, Jim.
Austria.
Isn't that pretty cool?
Somewhere in like near Switzerland and Germany and stuff like that.
Hell yeah, man. And then before that, you heard Jim with
Higher Ground.
Higher Ground. You better head for
There's so much bad happening, but you know what? Babies are still being born, and that brings you happiness still. That'll even things out, you know? It makes everything so much better in this cruel world. So.
Talking about babies being born, Jim. I was talking to Diane Baker about her dating thing that she wants to do.
Yes, and I talked to her about it too a little bit. Just a little bit, not as much as you.
Yeah, I mentioned to her that us men, even Jim, at the ripe old age of 72, can still make babies. So, Jim, I want you to realize this now that you're a man on the prowl.
If anybody's interested.
We have to make sure that Jim covers up, if you know what I mean. Because he could still make babies. Could you imagine now? So this is going to bring me to my point. Can you imagine being 72 and you're dating some like 50, 60-year-old chick, Jim? Because we know you like the girls. You know, you're a feral, red-blooded American male. You're just like me, man, when it comes to it. Like, Jim, 72, should be dating a 60-year-old, right?
Yes.
Me, 58, I should be dating 45-year-olds, okay? Although scary time,
that's my daughter's
menopause
age, actually.
time. Menopause.
I have twins. They're 45, I think now. Yeah.
Isn't it odd how they named the thing that women go through pause?
I mean, nothing's fair. I mean, women get so ripped off. It should be female menopause or something.
You know what it means, right? Men/pause.
So
PAUSE, which means they have to stop their sexual thing.
I'm not sure what that means. Are you sure about that?
Men/pause. Yeah, it makes total sense, right? Okay. Billy Stokes said, Jim, I like the song Higher Ground. It was really good.
Oh, thank you. Who said that?
Billy Stokes. Hey, you got to head for higher ground.
Yeah, you do in this crazy world.
Yeah. So Jim ends the song about babies being born, and I was just going into my tirade about how us men can still have babies. And this is the thing. This is why I brought it up about the dating thing. So if men have it in their DNA, it's inbred in us, right? That we're providers, hunter-gatherers. We always want to spread our seed.
That is all about it.
That's what men do. We spread our seed. That's why we cheat and we're with so many women, because we are attracted to women, okay? And we want to go after women, right? We're gatherers and hunters. We're cavemen still. We're Neanderthals inside in our brains, okay? So it all comes down to this. We are always going to go after the younger woman because we know that younger women are fertile and we want to have babies. It's in our DNA, peeps. Okay? That's all I have to say about it, Diane. You're in for a world of hurt going against me on dating debates. In a world of hurt, baby.
You got guts.
You got guts, though, kid. I'll give you that. You got guts.
We'll be fair and honest.
Okay, Jim, we've come to that time. It's time for Mr. Moonlight's Mentally Ill in America. What do you have for us today, Jimmy?
Well, a continuation of what I've been doing for the past couple of weeks. 25 terrifying facts about psychopaths, and I've been doing 5 a week. I'll just do the intro again. The word psychopath might make you think of film characters such as Luther or Patrick Bateman, but in reality, the true psycho is often even scarier than Hollywood's worst nightmares.
I believe it.
You believe that?
Hell yeah.
Psychos are often thought of as being someone without empathy and impulsiveness, but at the same time are able to charm you. And the women are the charmers, not the guys. And plus, they're good looking too, so they got the advantage again, the women. in mental illness, it seems like. While they make up only about 1% of the population, their ability to blend seamlessly into society while hiding their true nature is what makes them so terrifying. So here are the next 5, hopefully interesting, at least interesting enough. Okay, here we go. When psychopaths fall in love, yes, psychopaths fall in love too.
Everybody needs love.
Yeah, even them.
Hey, Billy Stokes said from Over Medicated, he said, the girl I'm dating is my age. She's 58. Not knocking you, man. You might have a great girl.
Oh, they could be great at 58.
Yeah, there's some hot chicks at 58. Although I have not met any, I've seen a few. I've seen them, and I have not met them. Go on, Jim. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, so the psychopaths that fall in love, for the average psychopath, the partner is usually a tool or a possession, and real affection is rare. Now, that's kind of fakey, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
I can
not,
see that.
I guess if you're psycho, maybe, I guess that's true most of the time. Their relationships are often a toxic mess. A 2015 study looked at the couples over a year to understand how psychopathy affects relationships and found that men with primary psychopathic traits like emotional coldness had more trouble with attachment over time. So guys are having problems with the attachment thing. Surprisingly, in women, the women didn't show the same pattern. However,
because they're cold and calculating,
and they're tricky. However, both men and women with secondary traits like antisocial behavior found it hard to form deeper bonds as their relationship progressed.
You know that men will stay for the happiness of their family in a marriage that's cold and bitter, where a woman will leave her marriage just so that she could be happy and leave her children behind.
Isn't that something?
That's a stat, and it's a fact. Can't go against that.
So, all in all, the results were sobering. Relationships with psychopaths often descend into chaos and dysfunction, leaving their partners emotionally drained.
Sure.
Okay, 2. Heroes and psychopaths. In today's world, it's easy to look up at those who inspire us with their bravery, but we might have to reconsider. For instance, in 2005, a businessman saved 20 people from the Indian Ocean tsunami. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
You'd expect him to be hailed as a hero. Well, that didn't happen. This person was put in handcuffs despite his bravery. You see, he was a criminal in his own country. Researchers have been intrigued by this connection and set up to explore any links between psychopathy and heroism. And the results from a 2013 study, it revealed that people with subtle psychopathic traits were more likely to engage in heroic behavior.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Now they're brave and everything and saving people.
Hey, man.
What?
Can you imagine saving like all these hundreds of people and then just to be put in handcuffs?
Yeah.
Although he's still a criminal.
Yeah, he still is.
Yeah. Hey, in our country, you wouldn't even have the chance to save him, sucker.
So it appears...
Especially if ice got you. Ice, baby.
Oh, yeah. A lot of ice going on right now.
It's freezing outside. It's like icicles.
And you don't get buzzed on this kind of ice. Isn't ice a type of drug or something?
Yeah, ice.
Yeah. Well,
the people out there probably think I'm talking about ice, the government guys. No, I was talking about meth and ice.
Oh.
But yeah, I guess.
See, it's so confusing. Ice,
yeah.
This, ice, that. You have to like carry around a dictionary.
Got ice in my veins.
So it appears the line between heroism and psychopathy can be very thin.
Janine said my empathy is out of control.
Oh, you have a lot of empathy?
She has a lot of empathy this time of the year. What's the opposite of empathy?
No empathy.
Is it apathy?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know what it is. Matt Gook, are you out there?
If you don't have empathy, you're cold and uncaring, I guess.
Like my first wife.
There's a word for that.
I only had one wife.
I guess we have number 3 to go to.
All right. Number 3. In Italian, that's called trene.
Even helpful psychopaths are scary. Okay, I wonder what that means. There was a study in 2017. Researchers wanted to see how willing would people be to sacrifice one's life to save multiple lives. I think I kind of touched on this before.
She's a helpful psycho.
The test.
Oh, man.
So again, there was a test, okay? The test subjects were faced with 2 dilemmas. In the first, they had to kill a team member to prevent their torture by enemies. So, man, if I'm sitting there and he's going to be getting tortured and stuff,
do you think
I could push somebody and kill him to save him, right?
Do you think the people that are like jihadists that blow themselves up, suicide bombers, are helpful psychos?
I don't think they helped anybody. But
they helped the jihads.
Well, that's
right.
True. Yeah. Okay, where are we right now? In the other test, they had to push one person in front of a out of control train to save many people. The participants in the group with the higher psychopathic traits had little problem making the right choice, but did so with terrifying intensity when they performed a mercy killing to save a team member from the torture. They got overzealous with the stabbing. I guess they just didn't, they liked it after a while. Hey, wait a minute.
Jesus.
Ow. Okay. That's pretty cool. Maybe just a little ding and then, wait a minute, a bigger ding. Okay, I don't know.
Stick it deep.
Okay, where was I? Okay, and then the same thing with the train. If say there's a train coming and you could save some people, they just didn't push. I mean, they really pushed, I guess.
You pushed so hard that you went past the train.
Maybe the person just wanted to make sure he pushed hard enough. That doesn't necessarily mean he pushed because he was enjoying it.
True.
If you're a psychopath, maybe does mean that. But he just wanted to make sure that he pushed hard enough. If you're pushed too wussy, then everybody's going to die. So he was very thoughtful.
Maybe he's being a helpful psychopath.
Yes, he was.
A helpful idiot. Right?
Yes.
A necessary idiot. That's what they called Biden.
But they're not really idiots, those psychopaths, right? They could be very intelligent people.
Yeah, that's true.
And stuff. So, okay, we have item 4 right now. We're really moving along, Jeff.
Quattro.
The neglected female psychopath. Apparently, it's more common to think of a psychopath as a man. I don't know if that's true, but that's okay. But don't be fooled. Female psychopaths may be more common than you may think, and women may not just be better staying hidden or not being recognized as being a psychopath. So they have the advantage there, maybe. Good women, you maybe get away with it. So a 2013 Harvard study found that women can be just as dangerous as men. And they
believe it. I've seen it firsthand.
And they use much more subtler tactics. For example, instead of physical violence, they may be skilled at the use of manipulation and deceit. I'm sure guys do that too, but I guess...
Let me ask you, Jim. Do you think that possibly the situation is that women think with their feelings, where men think logically?
With their dick, you mean?
Yeah, well, basically.
Men have that problem, I think,
I mean, I don't think it... Well, yes, I still do.
But we're not talking about stat. We're talking about...
Yeah. But do you think there's a possibility there that because women think with their feelings, because if you ever talk to a girl that's upset or ever have a conversation with a woman, they always, not all, but some will always refer to, I feel that, well, it made me feel this way, right? And that's how they let their emotions be controlled. Do you think that's a possibility that men are more reserved and more logical, so that in serial killers that's why women are cunning, because they're ruled by their thoughts and feelings? I don't know, it's just a
These are all good questions. If anybody has the answers, let us know.
I don't know. Yeah, I think women definitely could be more conniving and sadistical than men would be. Men are just going to tear you up and gut you.
I'm kind of lost here right now.
Did I make you lose your place?
I don't know. While doing so, they may appear charming or vulnerable. We're talking about women there. So my discussion is Jeff, if that's the case, then we really have to. My writing is terrible. To no chance with women between their phony charm and vaginas. We suckers have no hope with them.
I'm so vulnerable right now. I wish some girl would come into my apartment and be like, I'm so vulnerable.
It's clear women in general seem to have more control than men when dealing with things like sex. Do you agree with that?
You have been banned, you loser.
Yeah.
Maybe just in general.
Now
there are some women.
Well, this is how this goes. Women control the bedroom, men control the relationship. Because without us asking you to marry us, and giving you a ring, you don't get the commitment of a relationship. Women control sex, men control relationships.
And men just want to dive in without even caring about consequences. They're just ready to go. When they see that happen and they see a smile or something, they're ready to go. There's no thinking.
Yeah, slow down. I watched this podcast this morning about this guy that scared this girl off, right? This girl got scared off because he was leaving like long messages, and he's like, I need to know if we're going to be together and blah, blah, blah. And she kept saying the whole time he was doing this that it was turning her off. And then the kicker, the icing on the cake was his good morning, beautiful. As soon as he said good morning, beautiful, she was like, I lost all respect for him. So this is a testament for you guys. This is what you do on dates. You go on a date and you don't freaking call her back. Wait 3 or 4 days. Your dad was right and your mom was right back in the day, and they told you how to do it. That's how it's done. Because if you reach out right away, they're going to think you're a simp or a puss. You got to be cool, man. We're the prize. We're the providers.
Be patient.
We're the ATM that they go to when they need their nails done, and their pedicures, and their tushy wax.
Use your brain every once in a while, too. I know I'm guilty of that, too, you know.
Slow down, man.
Damn.
Slow down.
I also wanted to comment on something. This test was done by Harvard, and I just wanted to say something.
They're not the smartest people.
Well, I wouldn't trust a darn thing Harvard says about anything.
They should have lost their funding. Bunch of idiots over there.
They're nothing but a bunch of left-wing mob that has been willfully indoctrinated by people whose lifetime goal is to destroy America. So how's that?
Sadistical,
Harvard.
jihadist, far left, right, Harvard dumbasses. Remember when they had all those Free Palestine protests going on, and they were taking over whole buildings and stuff?
At Harvard.
And then they got upset because the police came and threw them out.
They think that they don't have to apply. They don't have to go by the rules.
Hey, what happened to those?
We're the smartest people here. We can do what we want.
Hey, guys, what happened to those protests? How come you don't do them no more? Huh? You know why? I'll tell you why. Because Harvard was going to lose their funding from Trump. And when it comes right down to brass tacks, they're going to take the money because America is powered by greed.
They have
greed.
Do they have is it 20 or 30 billion dollars in their what do you call those things?
You're right, Janine. They are psycho.
Stuff.
Janine's right. They are psycho.
There you go, Janine.
Megan said I do my own nails and hair, so there's that. I don't need a man, but it's nice to have one. Yeah, come to Cleveland, you'll get plenty. Bunch of simps here.
Something else. Well, okay, we're down to the very last one, folks, so you don't have to put up with much more. Psychopaths are incredibly charming,
Yes, they are.
Okay, in general, people usually
Ted Bundy.
People actually send love letters to Ted Bundy. I didn't know that. Did you know
Ted
that
Bundy.
they sent love letters to Ted Bundy?
Yeah, he was super charming,
I did-
attractive, and he swept women off their feet, and then he killed them.
People with psychopathic tendencies often have a good understanding of the human emotions, but instead of empathizing with others, they see this insight to better lure and manipulate their victims to further their own agendas. Bundy came across as friendly and normal.
Yeah.
He killed 70 women.
You know how he picked them up, Jim? College campuses.
Is that
Because
right?
college
Oh, yeah.
for women is a time to be free and open and loving, right? So he targeted girls on college campuses.
I think that concludes the segment for right now. But I wanted
fantastic.
I wanted to tell Jeff that I was reading some stuff on the internet, and Mark Dice had this really, really cool subject he's just been recently talking to, and I'm going to do some research into it, and I think I might do that next week. Basically, AI, and he said Google's peaked. There's people going to new search engines and stuff now because they're messing up or something, I guess. You could ask the Google AI questions and they get them totally wrong. And I'm going to be able next week or whatever, I'm going to give you some examples of how AI is just lying to everybody.
All right. And that's going
Not
to be
all
all
the
about
time,
Google?
not all the time, but just with
Google.
certain questions. They don't know how to deal with things that really, if you ask them a question that really doesn't make sense, they're going to make up some kind of garbage, I guess. But I'll be more specific.
Hey, do you know how they have the Bluetooths and it's like Google or Alexa like that? You know how like you say, Google, what time is it in South America, right? And it'll tell you. Have you seen the videos of the old Italian woman trying to talk to Google?
No, I don't think so.
Fantastic, guys. You got to see it. She can't pronounce Google. So she's like, hey, Google.
Oh.
Go. And it never turns on for her and she loses her mind. And then her kids have to come in the room and be like, hey, Google, can you play Frank Sinatra, right? It's fantastic. It's tons of fun. Hey, great job on Mentally Ill in America.
Thank you.
I like the take on women, especially after we had the conversations with Diane and how she views dating.
She's very charming herself, you know.
She is very
I'm
charming.
starting to
and
wonder about her and her motives, you know.
I am wondering about her myself. I think she's quite the wild one. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
She's like a teenager in love still.
Avoid Dead said, Google, make me a sandwich. Laugh out loud. You're an idiot sandwich. You know who said that?
Oh.
That's funny. Okay. Megan Nicole said, I yell at mine because he's a bitch. Yeah. I wear the pants in my family. Although I'm the only one wearing pants. Oh, that didn't sound right. You know what I'm saying. All right. We're going to play a song. Then we're going to come back. We're going to recap the show. And then we're going to play out the rest of the music. We're Outlaw Radio Nation. We'll be right back, peeps. This is Paul Austin Band, Fire and Gasoline. We'll see you soon.
She's a hot, she smell a perfume, come on in and look.
Hell yeah, Fire and Gasoline. The Paul Austin band from the United Kingdom. We were talking earlier about the possibility of going to the United Kingdom for some tour dates. And if we do, that's going to be the guy that we're going to hit up first. And of course, Over Medicated said that don't forget, you want to go to Amsterdam. And I hear people say that Amsterdam is overrated. Well, I've never been to Amsterdam, and I'd like to judge for myself what Amsterdam has to hold. It's where the first weed came from. I would think, not on Earth, but I would think that they've learned to cultivate weed pretty good in Amsterdam.
Safety is a factor I hear now in Amsterdam.
Is it?
It's not like it used to be, a lot safer. Now there's different kinds of people there, and that's what I hear. I don't know.
Matt Guka said that Fire and Gasoline, he goes, this song is tight.
Really is.
I love that word.
Good job, Paul. He posts all the time on Facebook. I'm definitely going to make a comment.
Yeah, Paul Austin, thank you so much for supporting Outlaw Radio Nation. You're fantastic. Great tune. All right, Jim, it's been a great night, right?
Yeah, it sure. Well, it started off with a rocky road kind of thing going. We had 3 tries, and the third time was a charm to get it going, and we did it.
Yep, it was like the song Love is Like a Rock. It took us 3 tries to get this thing right. Something happened where our audio dropped out, and then we had to restart the show. We did that once, twice, 3 times, and then on that last try, we figured out what it was. We made a couple adjustments, and then we did the show. So we apologize. We're so late with our live broadcast. It won't happen next week. We'll have this shit down. And, it was a good show. We played great music. We played a lot of music many, many times.
I think so, too.
So, yeah, it was a great lineup. Next week, we also have a great lineup. I'm going to go through it really fast. I think I have it with me. No, I don't. But I will tell you that next Sunday, we have Corey Good from the Sphere Being the Lion Show. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff like cryptids, UFOs. He has a TV show and a documentary that he has coming out about alien disclosure.
Oh, that sounds excellent, Jeff.
Yeah, he's going to be our first big-time alien disclosure UFO drone interview. He's huge. He's got a really great show. Also, we have something very special we're going to do at the very end of the show, so you guys have to stay tuned. We're doing something with Avoid Dead. I'm not going to give it away at all, but right at the very end, the very last song that we play is going to be by them. It's a new remastered song of the song Virus, and we have some really cool stuff we're going to play before we do it. Okay? Anything you'd like to say before we lead out this show?
Just have a very good night, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us. I know it was a tough night.
Yeah, it was tough, but we got through it, and I think we put on a pretty good show. We may have sped it along a little bit, but I think it was pretty good, and we'll be back at you Sunday, 7 o'clock with Corey Good. Jim has a new segment about glow. And
potentially.
And I can't remember what I'm doing, but I'm doing a paranormal segment, and it'll be a good time. And we have a bunch of new music coming too. So you heard a bunch of new music tonight. You're going to hear a bunch of new music next week. Got a new song from Jim Bellinger, and then I'm going to put up a song too. All right. So we've been Outlaw Radio Nation. We're going to head out. You have a fantastic evening. This is Allison Galloway with Bullets in My Wedding Dress, followed by Lexi Schroll with Malibu. You have a great night.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Hi, this is Jeff James.
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
And you're listening to Outlaw Radio.
By surprise as I watched the cameras. I saw you pull into the drive. I knew in this moment I could no longer hide by the look on my face. Something wasn't right. Wishing I could take back everything I did last night. Blink of an eye. Bought me cheap liquor with your fake ID. I thought you were so cool, and we got drunk on coconut rum. You kissed me at a party in front of your friends, and I wasn't sure of anything yet, but I knew I was hung up. And maybe it all went downhill from there. And baby, I know you don't care, but when I drink Malibu, it's all me and you. Those hot summer evenings, I thought you knew everything. I was 19, believing your California dream. Oh, it tastes so sweet, like falling for something new. I was sipping on Malibu. A few weeks later, I was sitting here. I watched you pop a lime in a bottle of beer while the radio played Chesney. It didn't work out, you know how it goes, but in flickers of light I still feel you close, and I hope you don't forget me, 'cause baby, it all went downhill from there. And maybe you don't even care, but when I drink Malibu, it's all me. I was 19, believing your California dream. Oh, it tastes so sweet, like falling for something new. I was sipping on Malibu. There were too many things we couldn't get past, but when I look back, I remember how you asked how long we'd last, and I said forever and ever and ever, like the burn of cheap liquor. Forever. But when I drink Malibu, it's all me and you. Those hot summer evenings, I thought you knew everything. I was 19, believing your California dream. Oh, it tastes so sweet, like falling for something new. I was sipping on Malibu. I was sipping on you.
Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!